We are tracking Steve Henke, who is our correspondent today, for Dine Out for Life, which raises money for HIV research, and also D.A.P, Desert AIDS Project.
That's where all the money will go. And so many different restaurants and bars and delis and so many have banded together. And while it's one of the smallest market that participates, as Steve told us, we give probably almost the most.
We raise the most money. Way to go.
Yeah.
So first he was at Townie Bagels, then Rainbow Cupcakes, and now Ristretto.
Yes, for coffee lovers, a few blocks north in Palm Springs. So, Steve, you're doing really well this morning. You're making all of these hits.
Thanks, Joe. You know, it's been a fun morning, and like you said, we're at Ristretto for coffee lovers. They bake everything fresh here. There's a lot of restaurants and bars participating. This is one of the beautiful croissants that they make here at the coffee shop, but they've got some of the best muffins as well. And so when you come in, and customers are already coming in to Dine Out for Life, there's a lot of fresh baked goods that you can eat. And this location is unique because it was one of the first 3 to donate 100% of everything they sell to support Desert AIDS Project during Dining Out for Life. Today's no different. They're donating 100%. Everything that you buy at Ristretto for Coffee Lovers will go to support compassionate healthcare at D.A.P. The building's unique. It's owned by John Monahan, and it's been awash in pink since the passing of Barbara Keller, the former chair of the Desert AIDS Project's board, has passed away last week. He, of course, was honoring her with lighting it up in pink. And today I'm talking to the current chair of the board of directors for Desert AIDS Project, Steve Kaufer. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Stephen.
So we've been talking a lot about food today, and we've talked a lot about the generous restaurants that participate. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what does that food fund here in our local community?
You know, when you're on a day like today where so many people are being generous to Desert AIDS Project and there's so much money being raised, it's sometimes hard to remember that a great deal of people live in poverty in this area. 74% live below the poverty level. So Desert AIDS Project not only helps people with HIV and AIDS, but we provide primary medical care to people that have no other source for medical care. So 50% of the clients that come to us today are not HIV positive and don't have AIDS. But we provide top quality medical primary care for them, and it's a really amazing thing that is available because it's not available anywhere else.
Desert AIDS Project started, of course, during the AIDS crisis. Tell me a little bit about what D.A.P learned from those early years in the AIDS crisis that you're using as you move forward into the future.
Well, I think one of the things that we learned is that if we can provide a whole compendium of services, primary health care, behavioral health, drugs, job placement, if we can provide those suite of services and we can keep our clients involved, we can keep them healthy. Because if we can keep them compliant on their medications, they're not transmittable. And if we can keep non-HIV positive people compliant with their medical care, we can make them much healthier. So I think we learned a lot through that and keeping people involved in the organization, getting the health care they need, and staying involved in their own health.
Okay. And I know that you serve over 6,000 patients and clients right here in the Coachella Valley, but you have a lot of people that walk through the door every single day looking for care. Tell me why, what is the gap that Desert AIDS Project's filling for those people?
Well, I think, as I mentioned, that there's a huge gap in people that live in poverty. So we're providing that medical care for people that have no other resource, and it's really very, very rewarding to see that, to see people that come to us, and some of them are very sick, have no other resource, and they come to us and get top quality care through our health center.
Okay. So we're going to be continuing on. We're going on to Spencer's next. But again, Dining Out for Life is today, and you can make one meal matter. Go to diningoutforlife.com. All day long, restaurants, bars, cafes are participating, and they're donating a percentage of everything you spend at their participating location. So all you need to do is make one meal matter and fund the compassionate health care that Steve just talked about.
Thank you, Steve. So many good options out there.
Absolutely. Yes. Thanks again, Steve. And as you mentioned, you're going to be off now to another restaurant at Spencer's.
And at the bottom of the hour, we will be checking in with Steve, see if he makes it.
Yes. And then maybe a little surprise at the very end, too.